Hello everyone, my name is Vlad, and today, just in 6 minutes, I will tell you why Ukraine could not become independent in 1917, when the Russian revolutions occurred and the Russian Empire collapsed.
The Ukrainian People's Republic became the first independent Ukrainian state, established during the revolution in the Russian Empire and formally existing from 1917 to 1921. However, the country failed to establish itself on the world stage as an independent state, although it managed to gain recognition from many countries during its brief existence. And today we will find out why the first Ukrainian state failed to maintain its independence. Germany's defeat in World War I played a significant role. The independence of the Ukrainian People's Republic was declared after the October Revolution. Interestingly, it was initially envisioned that the republic would be part of Russia. The Ukrainian government at that time, represented by the Central Rada, was quite loyal to the provisional government established in Russia between February and October 1917 and held negotiations with it. However, it was the arrival of the Bolsheviks in October 1917 that alarmed the Central Rada. Soon, mass military actions began between the Ukrainian army and the Bolsheviks. The Bolsheviks achieved victory after victory, capturing almost the entire Ukraine. Only through the intervention of Germany was Ukrainian statehood preserved. In 1918, a separate peace treaty was signed between Ukraine and the Central Powers, with Ukraine providing provisions to the Germany in exchange for peace. The Germans easily expelled the Bolsheviks from Ukraine. However, in the meantime, they removed the Central Rada and installed the puppet dictatorial regime of Pavlo Skoropadsky. Nevertheless, Ukrainian statehood was still preserved. However, with the defeat of the Germans in World War I, the Bolshevik front was opened and the Ukrainian army was defeated. The Allied powers refused to recognize Ukrainians' independence and supported. From the very beginning of the formation of the Ukrainian People's Republic, the government aimed to maintain favorable relations with the Allies. However, due to the critical situation, they were forced to sign a separate peace treaty. On the one hand, this treaty saved the country, but on the other hand, it completely destroyed it. After the fall of the Germans, Ukraine began to be perceived as a treacherous state by them, so it did not receive favor from the Allied countries. Moreover, Britain and France supported the Whites during the revolution and advocated for an indivisible Russia. The French even intervened in the territory of Ukraine at that time. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, Ukraine was recognized by many countries worldwide. However, the problem was that these countries either had little significance on the world stage, such as Argentina, or had lost World War I. Support for the Bolsheviks. Despite seizing power through revolution, the Bolsheviks enjoyed widespread love and support throughout the territory of the Russian Empire. The Bolsheviks often used populist slogans and promises, which endeared them to many people. This was also the case in Ukraine. Therefore, despite the declaration of the Ukrainian People's Republic, the masses were pleased with the Bolshevik Revolution and supported the communists. Thus, even before the arrival of Soviet forces in Ukraine, there were attempts at Bolshevik uprisings. Weakness of the government. The Ukrainian Central Rada was not initially conceived as a governmental body, but rather as a gathering of Ukrainian political activists. It became a governmental body only after the February Revolution, because the Rada was filled with politically active individuals of various orientations, and there were constant disputes over Ukrainian course, whether to remain autonomous within Russia or pursue full independence. Despite declaring a democratic course, the Central Rada itself was formed spontaneously. No one elected it. Therefore, it had little support from the population in principle. As a result, the formation of a national army progressed extremely slowly. Moreover, considerations about the army began only just before the Bolshevik advance. Representatives of the Central Rada hoped that the Bolshevik coup in Petrograd would be suppressed by other political forces. Skoropadsky, who replaced the Central Rada, ruled during the German occupation and was essentially a puppet rather than an independent ruler. After Germany's defeat, he attempted to change course and advocate for the Russian Empire, for which he was soon overthrown. Polish nationalism. In addition to the Bolsheviks, the threat to Ukrainian statehood came from the Poles, who, after Germany's defeat, pursued the revival of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. It's worth noting that in addition to the Ukrainian People's Republic, the Western Ukrainian People's Republic was founded in the western part of Ukraine, which even managed to formally unite with the Ukrainian People's Republic. However, they did not become a single country. Polish nationalism flourished and was further supported by the Allied powers. The Poles began to expand their territories both to the west and to the east. The goal of the Poles was to recreate the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth within its former borders. I would like to remind you that almost all Ukrainian lands were part of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Polish-Ukrainian War took place in November 1918. The Poles emerged victorious in this war and crushed the Western Ukrainian Republic. As for the Ukrainian People's Republic, it was effectively defeated by the Bolsheviks in early 1919, but attempted to revive itself. With the onset of the Soviet-Polish War, Ukraine became a hostage to this situation, with fierce fighting between the Bolsheviks and the Poles on its territory. Ukraine decided to support the Poles in their struggle. However, the Soviet-Polish War effectively ended in nothing. Neither side achieved its main goal, the complete capture of Ukraine. Therefore, the country was simply divided between Russia and Poland. Although in reality, any outcome of the Soviet-Polish War would have been unfavorable for Ukraine. In the event of victory by either side, Ukrainian lands would simply have been incorporated in the victorious state.